It's Solomon. And this could be coined as possibly part two about Andrew Cuomo, the disgraced governor that should be impeached. Again, David's starting first. I'm not, but I have to get my jab in. But it's really also about why we can't trust the media. David, give us 10 seconds.
Hey everybody, David Solomon here. Thanks, Stuart, for that introduction. But yes, folks, this is Why Can't We Trust the National Media Week? And I'm going to stress national media because I have some very good friends still back in the local media field that I got to tell you, I have a lot of faith in them. I have lost complete faith in the national media, and that's on either side of the aisle. And today, this week, we're going to dedicate ourselves to 3 examples of why the national media is letting you down, and why we need to do a better job of going after them. Let's start with a rant that Stuart started a few weeks ago, about a month or so ago, about Mr. Cuomo, who's right here on your screen. Check out that beautiful smirk, ladies and gentlemen. That's the smirk of a man who knows he's committed a lot of falsehoods. He's lied to the people of New York, the United States population, and he knows he's getting away with murder. You know what's also scary, though, folks? He isn't the only one getting away with murder. It's the media. And if you think about the American media, folks, the Canadian media, I don't care who they are, it's all about agendas. And here's another example of an agenda gone wrong. The last time Mr. Cuomo was really put through some sort of grill was about a month ago by the media. Okay, a month has passed by. Now, let's backtrack, folks. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the numerous women who've accused him of inappropriate behavior, sexually inappropriate behavior, as governor of New York. And when it first came out, the answer was, oh no, our darling governor who was so wonderful and was beating up Trump and he did such a great job with COVID. Oh no. And the media did almost nothing. In fact, folks, he was coddled to the nth degree by his brother. His brother! You may know him as Mr. Cuomo from CNN, the crooked news network. The son of a bitch interviewed his brother as if he was royalty. He was amazing. But when the shit hit the fan, folks, about his lying, his inappropriate behavior, what did he do? Nothing. What did the crooked news network do? Nothing. They hardly acknowledged it. So here's what CNN tries to do, right? CNN, you would think should attack this son of a bitch. Now, instead, let's put an article about Trump. Because if we could put Trump, we divert from the real fact, which is that Cuomo is a son of a bitch who needs to be impeached. They go out and they crucify the living daylights out of anybody who's a Republican, anybody who's a crooked conservative, God forbid. But no, when they asked Nancy Pelosi, hey, don't you think, we should do something about Cuomo? They let her have a pass. They should investigate, but no, we're not forcing him to resign. And then, His Royal Highness President Biden? What the hell? The man took forever to have a stupid press conference, and when they finally asked to have a press conference, they gave him crappy softball questions, and when they asked him the same question, they said, well, investigate, but we're not putting pressure. And again, CNN and the rest of those cohorts at MSNBC and all the rest of them, those sons of a bitches all said the same thing. He's a Democrat, he won't do anything. Why should we go after a Democrat? It doesn't serve our agenda. And folks, it not only doesn't serve their agenda, it doesn't serve you. You're getting false information. Now, let's go back a little bit. Senator Al Franken, Democrat, Minnesota, was forced to step down in 2017. Also accused of sexual inappropriate behavior. Forced him out. And then all of a sudden they went, oh no, we got rid of a Democrat. We shouldn't have done that. We ruined his reputation. So all of a sudden now the media and everybody else is like, oh no, let's not ruin Cuomo's reputation. He's a god, isn't he? No, instead, we're just letting him have a pass. We'll go after other. Let's go on the Derek Owen trials. Let's focus on Trump again because he's against McConnell. Let's divert the attention from the real facts again. Cuomo needs to be forced to resign, and the media has not done its job yet again. And Stuart, what say you on this matter?
Well, I mean, listen, David, my love for this guy is pretty much epic on my initial solo rant that went on for 13 and a half minutes, where where is everyone in the state of New York? You love the lockdown. You love the crisis of COVID. You love the way this guy murdered single-handedly tens of thousands of people in the great state of New York. Where the hell are you? Impeach this guy. This guy deserves to be taken out like a dog. You know what kind of dog he needs to be taken out like? Let me show you guys, because I just can't take it anymore. Do any of you guys remember this guy? Anthony Weiner, the Weiner guy. You know what? The Democrats actually went after and let him hang to dry. Mr. Weiner, you are the example of what should happen to Governor Cuomo. Lock you the hell up forever and throw away the key. Let your wife run away from you the way she should. Because you know what? You gotta first understand where this comes from. Because way back when, we remember crap National Network, right? Showing the Brett Connor, this guy Brett, this honorable judge who was phenomenal, got shamed, right? Shamed in the media by allegations from high school. I'm sorry, high school. Here are the names of the women. Let's say them. Lindsay Boylan, Charlotte Bennett, Anna Roos, Annalise, Karen Hinton, Jessica Bakeman, Valerie Bowman, Elisa McGrath, Sherry Ville, 2 unknown people. I mean, really, this is modern. This is going on now. Where the hell is the media? Where hell are you, New York, New York? Move out. Get out of that city. It sucks. It's the worst city in the world unless you're a pedophile, unless you're a sexual predator. Like, how could you like the state of New York if you don't impeach Governor Cuomo? I got to tell you, Dave, impeach this guy.
You know what? I got to tell you, it goes beyond that. It's the lack of credibility, again, by the media. And let me go back a couple of years. Ladies and gentlemen, if you recall, Stuart, let me grab the screen if you don't mind. Let me remind you all of the so-called Me Too movement that occurred back a couple of years ago. What a phenomenal movement, right? Women got the voice. They stood up and they absolutely destroyed the men who destroyed their lives, who ruined their lives, who influenced their lives to such a point where, let's not even go there. But here we are 2 years later and it's quiet. Silence of the lambs. Why? The media doesn't want
Forget it. Where are all the women in politics? You know, we got a new vice president. Man, the country must love this woman. This woman is without approach. You know what? She stood for all the women rights. She's a woman, for crying out loud. She's from the great state of California. You suck. I mean,
well, you know what? Kamala Harris used.
Hold it. Vice President Kamala Harris.
Excuse me, former Westmount High School here in Montreal alum, Vice President Kamala Harris. With all due respect, Ms. Harris, where are you right now? I don't understand. You said you'll stand for women. And here are women in the great state of New York. And while I don't agree with Stuart that New York is like a place only for pedophiles, I love New York. I love New York.
You got Anthony Weiner. I love it. Andrew Cuomo.
I got to tell you,
pedophiles.
New York's a great state.
Oh, it is.
And I'll tell you though, it's not the state's fault. They need the media to help push.
Hang on a second. Where is the Attorney General of the state of New York? If I have one more woman come forward, I'm going to look into it. I'm sorry, David. They're a bunch of invertebrates. Invertebrates. New York used to be the greatest place.
They will only react if there is a groundswell. And what we discovered a year ago, let me remind everybody what happened a year ago. That if the media does not become a partner towards solving these crimes, then it doesn't get voiced. We don't know about it. Okay? There's a volcano happening in St. Vincent right now, erupting. If the media doesn't tell us about it, we don't know about it here.
It's
And it's
crazy.
the same thing happening in the city of New York, in the state of New York, and whatever. You have politicians who are not being challenged by the media. Media used to do their job right, folks, and this is where the disappointment is. The media used to challenge, but they don't. They're scared. They're scared to.
Yep.
They're only happy to do so if it pushes their agenda. If you watch CBS Sunday Morning and they talk to former Speaker John Boehner and he crapped all of the Republicans, that was a good thing. But when it comes up to Cuomo and his sexual allegations,
Listen,
untouchable.
I'm sorry, David. David, sexual allegations in the Brett Kavanaugh, man, the guy's guilty. The guy's guilty. Every single news network, the guy's guilty in a high school setting. You know what? Governor Andrew Cuomo, why don't you grow some balls and just resign? Go away. Go away. Go away. You're disgusting. You got to be guilty as if Brett Kavanaugh was guilty. You know what? Like Andrew Weiner's guilty.
He's not going to resign. He will not resign because he's discovered that in the great state of New York, or even the city of New York City, where all the big media houses are, they are not going to push him to resign. They are letting you down. They're letting the people down. They're letting women down. They're letting voters down. They're letting everybody down. Because what was once a great institution has turned into a goddamn joke. The joke is we will only fight battles that we think serve our purpose, not the greater good. The journalism schools be damned. What happened, people?
Journalism is an oxymoron. Journalism is an oxymoron. They're not journalism. They take instruction from the DNC. The media moguls take their direction from politicians. They no longer have free and fair reporting. Once upon a time, there used to be a guy named Walter Cronkite, and he was considered left of center. But that man was a wartime reporter and reported the news, right? What happened to the Walter Cronkites of the world?
They don't exist
turning in his grave.
They don't exist anymore, and the reason they don't exist anymore. And you talked about taking the marching orders from the DNC. It's actually scary because read the Ted Turner biography, and read about all these media moguls. And these media moguls cozy up to these politicians and say, "You now listen to me. If you want what I want." This is because I control the media message. You don't. And guys, this is the problem, is that the agenda-based news that you're seeing, and we'll show you another example on Wednesday, and yet another example on Friday. And it's not just in the United States. I will be sharing a Canadian version of it as well. Is that the national media has gone off the rails of serving you with information. I had an argument with my son on Friday night because he watched Hannity go off on Biden's son. And he said to me, "Dad, you know the biggest problem is I don't even know where to get the news anymore. This side, that side, they both suck." And I said, "You know what? They both stink." Okay, they both stink to high hell. Because the agenda-based news, when you start watching primetime news, anytime after 7 o'clock, it's not news.
Editorial.
It's become a freaking joke. No, it's a joke. Okay?
It's editorial. It's all editorial.
It's editorialized ranting of people who want to embarrass the other side. And here is a classic example of the media failing you. Okay? I don't care if it's Fox, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, the whole alphabet soup of media people. I could care less. I'm struggling today to find out what's the fact. And the fact is that I see a son of a bitch of a governor getting away with destroying women's lives. I am disgusted.
You know what? Stop. You got 30 seconds, just a little bit over, and we're not going to run over today. Next week this whole week's about politics, but do you remember a woman named Hillary Clinton? Man, this woman comes up from the depths of the earth and wants to tout, and now where is she? Where are all these women?
No,
in
because
politics.
the media,
Where's the Pelosi?
Because the media is giving them a pass so that this guy that you see on screen can continue to smirk under the mask and make total fun of you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our 15-minute limit. On Wednesday, we're going to go to another part, and we're going to go to Florida. And we're going to show you how 60 Minutes took a story, distorted it to such an extent to try to destroy the governor of Florida's reputation on purpose with malicious lies.
Yep.
If you did not hear about it, we're going to share with you why 60 Minutes should no longer be 60 seconds. On that note, Stuart, let's say goodbye to everybody.
Guys, we want to see you live. Keep the comments coming. We read them all. I know a lot of you like the private message because you don't want your names on the dotted line. We get it. We're more neutral than we are left or right, as you've gathered. But bottom line is www.therantnetwork.com. Send it over, rant@therantnetwork.com. PM us on Facebook, whatever media source. We're going to answer you back and we're going to involve you. We love you all, guys. See you soon. Like us, broadcast us, share us, whatever it takes, man. Let's get the word out. Thanks, guys. David, we're done.